Welcome to another lesson on e-marketing here on educator.com. Today we're going to talk about another mega website known as LinkedIn. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So we're going to go over why LinkedIn with a question mark. We're going to create a profile and the best use of LinkedIn. All that we're going to be covering in this lesson. And what I really encourage you to do right now as we go to the next slide is go ahead and log into LinkedIn or go to linkedin.com. Okay, here it is right here, .com. And go ahead and create an account. If you want to pause this video, go ahead and do so because I think it'd be beneficial for you to be inside the LinkedIn website with an account ready and available for you so that I can better explain everything and anything that LinkedIn has to offer. And there's a lot of features, a lot of things that you will benefit from. We're going to go into a browser after this slide and discuss it verbatim and on a live account, on my personal account. All right, so why LinkedIn? Well, first and foremost, there's 150 million people. And second of all, it is professional networking. Now, it's not social networking, it's professional networking. In other words, this is catering mostly to business people, okay? And you can pretty much liken to an online chamber of commerce or any other networking group where people can exchange ideas and exchange information, offer their products and services to you. Another thing you can do is make connections like you would do at any Chamber of Commerce event or one of those networking events that you may go to. Then you can get recommendations. You can upload your own resume. And employers can list jobs for candidates. You can also find jobs. And another thing is that you can blog. They have a WordPress plugin where you can show off your knowledge and impress people who may want to use your services. I do that, and it's been pretty helpful. And people do respond. So let's go to a live browser. We'll open up Mozilla. So again, if you can, please go ahead and log into your LinkedIn account. If you haven't created one, you may want to create one right now. So again, pause the video at any time and create one. So when you first log into LinkedIn, you can see yours truly right here. You can share an update on anything and everything that you're doing at the moment. So I can say, well, currently teaching at educator.com. So I will go ahead and increase the size of the content here. And I will go ahead and share it. And notice that I also have a Twitter thing right here. Okay, so I can go ahead and tweet this as well and share it, and it'll appear right here. So in essence, I'm advertising educator.com, as well as myself too, because I'm communicating something pretty impressive, that I'm a teacher and that so therefore I am knowledgeable, pretty much know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you will agree. But going through the website here, if you scroll down, you can see other people's feeds, and these are people who I am connected to. So unlike Twitter, where they have feeds of people that you may or may not follow, this is similar to Facebook in that it only shows you live updates of people who you are connected to, and that's what they call connections. They don't call it tweets, and they don't call it Facebook live feeds. This is actual just plain connections, keeping it simple. This section right here where you see the moving images here, pretty much it's just LinkedIn Today news and information. Okay, really no frills to it. Let's go back to my page, and there's some really cool articles over here if you want to read. It's all about business. It's for your information, which I certainly appreciate. On the upper right over here, since any good social media or actually any sort of mega website that involves interactivity amongst members, they want you to connect with other members. Okay, so if I wanted to connect with this person right here, first thing you have to understand is that you need to know people. So they don't want spamming. So I don't know any of these people here, so I'm going to go ahead and see more. And, well, I know this person here, so I will connect to him. and I'll send an invitation. Okay, and that's all I'm going to do. I don't need to see his profile. There are other people here that I'm not really familiar with, but again, they allow you, they meaning LinkedIn, wants you to make as big an impact on you as much as possible. So the more connections you have, the more you'll win and the more LinkedIn wins. So let's go back to the home page. Okay, and again, as you can see, there's some advertisements that they do. And here's, again, some information. Here they'll tell me who viewed my profile, which I think is pretty useful. 7 in the last 30 days, which not very good, but at least people have searched for me. And then I've got 387 connections. There's 14,000 in my connection, new people in my network since July 3rd. Awesome. And then the groups that I may like. Okay, so in LinkedIn, you can join several groups that are based on your interests. So this is, again, additional networking for you. Okay, so other companies that I may want to follow, okay, I may want to follow these guys, whatever the case may be. So if I clicked on this company here, and I hope I'm not giving them too much, I can follow them like I do on Twitter. So therefore, I will get their news feeds and I will get information about their company. So we'll just go ahead and leave them alone. And then bottom over here is my WordPress. Now this is what I was telling you about WordPress. These are all my articles, everything that I've written that appears here. And whenever I do write something, it also appears on those who are following me and who are connected to me. All right, with that being said, let's move on in a little bit in depth with LinkedIn.com. If I move over the cursors right here, now this is 2012, so I don't know what year you're watching this video, but it should not change all that much. I'm sure you can still edit the profile like I'm doing right here. Okay, I can list my current position. Who else worked with you on the website portfolio? Well, nobody has. So I'm just going to go ahead and click X. But it tells me exactly my listing, my positions. I put a summary of myself. All my past experience for people to see. This is really good for a business sense. So this is not a personal social website. So if you don't have a business, or if you are an employee of a business, you may want to add your information here. It doesn't hurt. Okay, so you want to utilize this website as much as you can to, if you're in between jobs, this is a great website for you. If you are on the verge of a career change, you may want to join groups in LinkedIn and kind of get ideas. Here are my contacts, and well, they call it connections. Okay, let's see what it brings up. We're not going to worry about the advertisements to the right. Now, these are all the people who I am connected with. Now, I can tag them as acquaintances or colleagues. Okay, these are people who basically are important to me. So I can click on this person right here, and I can edit my tag. Notice that tags, I can edit him or her instead of a colleague. I'll just leave it as a colleague. So we'll just cancel that. Classmates, for instance. Okay, these people went to school with. And I can also just keep friends who are important business people that I just want to, but I also mark them as friends. Chances are I may or may not, most likely will not do business with friends, as the old rule says. I can import my contacts, okay? Let's just go ahead and wait till it loads. I can go ahead and here are your other contacts. But basically, I can invite selected contacts. These are people who I am not connected with as of yet, and I can actually invite them to connect with me. Here's other important things, suggestions, profile organizers. Again, you can go through this. There are new features added all the time. I can go ahead and add connections by, I can add, if there's an email, like for instance, if I was at a networking event and someone gives me their card, I can go ahead and type them up, okay? So let's go ahead and see if I can find someone here at educator.com. Let's see if I can find them. Okay, so an invitation has been sent. Hopefully they'll get it and reply positively. I can look for colleagues. Okay. Looks like no one here is, here are my companies. and we couldn't find anything. Okay, well, and basically if you're working for a large company, you may be able to find colleagues there. Alumni, again, it looks for my schools. Here's Arizona State, where I went to. Penn State, where I went to my first 2 years, and obviously I'm surprised they can't find anybody there. But for my high school, I should be able to find something here, hopefully. I guess no one. All right, well, that speaks highly of my high school. So, anyways, those are contacts, and you can see that it also lists you with your schools, and we'll look for network statistics, see what that does. We're just kind of playing it by ear. We're seeing things just like you would do. Your connections, 2 ways, degrees, I guess, wow, 3 degrees away. I have access to almost 5 million people. Very interesting. You can all look at this in your own time as I'm learning, as I'm going along as well. So let's study groups. Now here are the groups that I belong to. And again, groups could be anything. For instance, with me, I'm involved with web design and, internet suggestion groups. So California Marketers is actually a client of mine, so I won't join them. But film and TV professionals. My other life, I'm actually a filmmaker. So I would click here, and their list will be several people that kind of blog or send things out. And sometimes they'll have meetings and promotions, as you can see right here. But it's really good because it gives you an insight of anything educational that they may want to communicate. Whatever it takes to benefit your career and increase your connections, because in business it's all about connections. Now, jobs. You can find jobs. Okay, you can search for jobs. Okay, so if I was to type in HTML, all right, let's go web developer or web designer. Okay, some of you who have taken some of these lessons here on educator.com, I already did a tutorial on HTML 5.0. There are several other lessons on computer science section here on educator.com. You can come to LinkedIn, type in a keyword, and maybe you'll find a web design job of your liking. You can also minimize a search by area that you want to look for. So let's go ahead, or within 50 miles, 25-mile radius of the zip code. Let's see if there is anything. No, there's plenty. Some in LA, some in Riverside, whatever the case may be. But it's a great place to look for jobs and post a job. If you are a company looking for some good talent, of course, anybody who took educator.com classes are definitely talented people. They've got emails, which obviously people can connect. Well, they're right here. LinkedIn will let you know on your listed email, and then you can come in here and read the message. You can also create a company profile if you'd like. Okay, so you can, by clicking Add Company down here on the yellow button, you can add your own company. All right, and then of course LinkedIn Today, and then finally, if we click on LinkedIn Today, there's news. Again, here are some pretty cool articles that you may want to read. I think it's really good that this website keeps its information or keeps its participants informed. And then finally, under More, you can go ahead and look through this right here, Skills and Expertise, and then Applications. Okay, now it's up to you whether you want to use it or not. There are several different levels that WordPress sells. You can blog. I like the WordPress link, okay, and I have my account through WordPress. So as a web designer and an educator, I want to communicate and teach certain people or businesses on how to improve their internet presence. And so I created a WordPress account through LinkedIn, so anytime I write something, it'll get communicated to all my connections here on LinkedIn. And there's other information here that you can look to and embed into your account. But the most important thing about LinkedIn, obviously, are your connections. And you can go ahead and type in certain information. If you're looking for certain information, if you're looking for advice, this is the place to be. This really is a very special website. I think that if you're looking for jobs, this is also really good. You can also connect this to Facebook, okay, and or you can tweet. Twitter will connect to this, as I showed you before. Let's go back to the home page and notice that there's a Twitter icon over here. it'll actually tweet into Facebook. And if Twitter is connected, I'm sorry, you can, when you write something here, it'll connect and also be communicated in Twitter. And if Twitter is also connected to Facebook, as we discussed in the previous lesson, what you write here will also appear on Facebook, which is great because you can type one thing, it'll go through all three major social media websites. And that'll do it for LinkedIn. Again, if you want to connect with me, there's my name right there. Okay, here I am. And you can go ahead and connect with me. I'll connect right back. This is Jim Hague on educator.com. Lessons on e-marketing, specifying today on LinkedIn. Stay tuned for the next lesson.